Previously on Hella Dope Toys.
Oh, you got my spiked strawberry. Then I see blue raspberry and have spiked orange, cherry slushy, blackberry, pineapple over the blue raspberry. Tell Samantha that blackberry, I got it.
What's up, guys? My name is Ted DarkClaw, and with me, as always, is the Black Knight. We are the co-owners of Hella Dope Toys, helladopetoys.com, and this, my friends, this show is Hella Dope. Aaron, how the hell are you doing?
PTO time, baby!
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yes, sir. Next 8 days of no work except for, hella dope and work and some things that I'm working on for the Ones Who Kick Out podcast. And, back to school shopping for these youngins up there because it's time. 25 days. Let's go.
Time to get rid of them, man. I
Yes,
feel it.
Gotta get
back
that
to
education,
the good
baby.
life. Back to
But
the
other than that,
good
man,
life.
we're doing good, man. We're just surviving, thriving, and diving.
That is perfect. And it looks like, I can't tell. Oh, we are live on Instagram right now. So if you were watching from Instagram, it worked this week. Come on over to YouTube and hang out with us here. It's a much better view.
Yeah.
And now my mouse stopped working.
That's
Yeah, man. Got an exciting show today. We have guests.
Ooh, I love guests.
We have guests. Think we should bring them in now, or think we should just make them wait somewhere? Just let them keep waiting.
Sometimes you just gotta let them stew,
Yeah,
like a nice
just let 'em
stew.
stew.
Let it simmer in there.
Like, we invited you onto our show, but you're just, you got front row seats. That's really what it is. That's what it is.
You get the glory of watching us from backstage.
Well, you guys might know our guests if you've hung around any sort of YouTube chats. By the way, Aaron, I'm going to need you to push the button to bring them in.
I figured so.
So any toy YouTube chat that you might be hanging out in, they're probably there. Very active in the community, very vocal about what they love, and sometimes even what they don't love. And that's okay. So at this time, I would like to welcome two wonderful human beings that we have loved talking to in chats for, I guess, well over a year now, and it's been a minute. Please welcome VConley and Blue Serendipity, also known as Vishay and Samantha. Well, that music was very short. Vishay, Samantha, how the hell are you doing?
Doing great, Ted. Black Knight, how you guys doing today?
We are
Great.
fantastic, my friend.
Great. Welcome to the show, friends. So, before we get into things, for anybody who doesn't know who you are, do you guys want to give yourselves a little introduction? Tell them who you be?
Yes, so my name is Vishay. I am a professional ballroom dancer by day and mostly by trade in general. So I've been collecting pretty much my whole life. I've been collecting things of various natures, but it was probably around 2017, 2018. My nephew had open heart surgery and I had some Funkos. I got a Funko from his mom for my birthday, and he walked in and said, "Hey, Uncle, that looks like you." And for some reason, I just triggered, "Hey, I want to start collecting more and having things of, representation, but things that I really love." So I've been starting to collecting, doing that as well. Been able to travel to some conventions, two so far, Joe Fest last year, and DFW just recently with everybody. And it's been fun. Enjoy the chat, enjoy hanging out with everyone. And this is the lovely Samantha. Tell me what you do.
So I am an editor by trade. So I work from home and do that most of the day. And in the evening, I typically try to dance with this guy right here whenever he's got time. So we have been competing and travel all over the country doing that. if we're not going to conventions or just finding other crazy things to get into. But we have actually been friends for 18 years. But we've only been dating, the last
Been together
years?
5,
3, 4 years?
3, 4 years. I don't know. Time is.
Time eludes you.
Yeah.
I understand. I tell my wife the same thing.
Yeah. So, and I collect all kinds of things, from Sailor Moon figures to, I got a really, really cool gift recently, so we can talk about that later. But yeah, so just whatever, tickles my fancy.
Very awesome. Well, welcome to the show. We are going to have a lot of fun, but before we do that, I have to ask Aaron an incredibly important question. Sir, what you sipping on?
I sipping on. What kind of question is that? You already know. It's not a show unless this show is properly sponsored by Still Reserve. The spiked strawberry variety. Right here. What the fuck is that flying in my? It's a fly down here. It's buzzing around. You know what I'm saying? But the good old classic spiked strawberry is what we're sipping on today. I was going to get the blackberry, but my guy was sold out, so I was very disappointed. But Mr. DarkClaw, I gotta ask, what is it that you are sipping on today?
Well, Aaron, I'm glad you asked, because in my trusty Hella Dope mug, I have water, because the coffee was keeping me up all night. But you know me, I always come with my little side piece here. We got the magical waters of the Saratoga.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't get the memo about what day it was. But luckily for me, I pulled out a spiked strawberry steel reserve. So I am actually, for one time, I am going to break my recent non-drinking on stream rule. So if I start acting a fool, we're going to have to shut this thing down. But
we'll get ready to shut it down.
There it is. Down the yak piss goes. Delicious.
I'm trying to do something right now. And it's being a pain.
Oh, are you? You're trying to do something besides do a fucking show?
Well, because X is all being stupid. They want me to verify shit, or it won't stream to the thing.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out next week.
Right.
We're on Instagram, which is doing horrible, by the way. If you're on Instagram, come watch us over here on YouTube, where it's fun. But Aaron, we have guests.
We do have guests. I love our guests.
And we must ask them. Shay and Samantha, what you sipping on?
Well, we're going to do a flight of steel.
Ooh, the triplets. That's what I like to call
The three amigos, the Eddie Guerrero, if you will.
Yeah.
So we have spiked cherry slushy,
Yes, a classic.
island punch,
And Blue Raz.
So I'm assuming that PowerCon's in your future. Is that safe to assume?
yeah, probably.
Yeah, so go ahead and stock up on that, so then you can bring it, because I need to see what that's all about.
And then when we're done, we may wash it down with some tequila, just because.
Ooh, about the
wow.
big guns.
Yeah, they came to party hard. They're going to be spilling all the secrets for me in this show.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, I get on that little boat, I'm out.
That do be wild.
Ooh.
So now that we all have steel reserves in our hands, there's the Steel Brigade, but I figured now the four of us are part of a new elite group, the Steel Reserves.
Steel
So,
Reserve. There it is.
Welcome to the Steel Reserves, fam. Here we are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good. So good. I'm so glad we did this. This is such a good idea.
This makes me happy.
Oh, fuck me. When is this? I'm just going to pretend it's empty.
Oh, no. you still got 24 more ounces to go, my friend.
Oh my God, so many. But hey, this chat filled up quick, man. Holy crap, there are so many star chats. This is going to take us a minute to get through.
Yeah, man, it's all good.
So let's say hello to the people in the chat.
Yes, sir. Well, you already know our first comment of the day is the one and only Roll Keeper.
Hey, Roll Keeper.
Yay!
One of the nicest guys you will ever meet. We actually got to meet him at DFW. Super cool guy. Had some really great stories about his previous career. But he's awesome. Really great guy.
Yeah, he hooked us up with the 100th Bone Collector because we were so busy trying to be in two places at once that we couldn't wait in line. So he helped acquire some bone collectors for us.
Nice.
So, super awesome. We appreciate that because we couldn't be there long. And then we got the one and only Robert's Infinite Realms.
Hey, Robert.
Hello, Dope and Jelly Tom. Hello, Vashay and Samantha. Hope everyone is good. Yes, we are fan-freaking-tastic. Enjoying some paid time off because I need it. The Titan, once again, hail to the Hello Dope duo and hail to your guest. Two genuinely awesome people.
The Titan we met as well at DFW.
So, like, basically, DFW was the place to be.
It really was. It was a party upon a party. Yeah.
We were there, Aaron. We knew it was
I
the
mean,
place
we were
to
only
be.
there
That's
for
right.
a
You
little
guys
bit.
were on the side. You
Yeah.
had the thing with the thing.
We're in the middle of quests,
Yes.
Quests, side quests. Yes.
We also got our good friend Jeff Morris. Cheers and good evening, everyone. Jeff, I hope you're doing well. And then for those who don't know or are not following us on the socials, tomorrow is me and the missus' 1-year wedding anniversary. So
Happy anniversary.
thank you there. She says, good evening, hello dope. Happy Sunday fun day. Hope everyone had a great weekend.
There you go.
The weekend's just getting started because we're live. We're here. So there's that. Happy anniversary there, dear. Tomorrow, because I will be asleep.
Oh, that's
Our good friend Fractured. Good old Fractured.
Oh, Fractured.
What's up, Ted? What's going on, man? And then Cato's Collection.
Kato.
Howdy, folks. Howdy, Cato. And I did hop in your stream silently yesterday as you were discussing your new comic series. So hopefully we can get you back on here and we can get down to the nitty gritty because I need no more info. So.
It's Kato. Also, Kato, sorry, I came home sloppy drunk yesterday and may have been a little too wild in your chat, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you hadn't even had Steel Reserve yet. And then we got our good friend, the man of the camera images, Mr. Snapshot himself, Rumble Toys, aka Frank. Happy Hello Dope Sunday, Frank. Thank you so much for joining us. I did see the little sneaky peek video that you shot, and man, let me tell you, great work as always, my friend. Cannot wait for that to go live.
Oh, yes.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you'll find out.
You'll find out soon.
And Kato once again says, yo, V and Samantha, thanks again for the patches.
Yes, if there's anyone here in the chat that would like a Fellowship of the Dollies patch, if you were not able to make it to DFW, we do have several left. So if you want to DM me at Black Fig Collector or hit me up on Facebook, we'd love to send it. We were trying to send them out to everyone as many as we could, but I know we probably slipped through the cracks with a couple people. So if you want one, they're really cool, they're fantastic, and we just wanted to help celebrate. We're on It's Chad's YouTube, and that's kind of where the Fellowship of the Dollies came from. It's like, well, yeah, we're kind of a group of people. So we're trying to make one for Joe Lanta. Maybe basically for every convention we can go to, we'll try to have one just for everybody.
We'll see if we can get the our time travel machine working in proper time to make a quick appearance.
I just need a clone chamber so that I can be everywhere.
Dude, I've been saying that for years, man. I just want to make like 4 or 5 clones of myself. Like they all can just get jobs. I just sit at home and veg out and do nothing.
And I
collect the paychecks.
Yeah, if I had the Naruto clones, I could just clone and learn everything from them, so I don't miss out.
Exactly. But then I came across that part of then like the movie Multiplicity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that becomes a problem at some point. Then I have to like kill them all. Hey, whatever. Don't want to deal with it. All right, we got Ken's Toys joining us. Hello, my fellow plastic addicts.
Oh.
Should put that on a shirt, Ted. It's just a plastic thing.
Yeah.
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 Also, I got another idea for. I'm gonna run past you about a shirt idea.
See, that's what I was trying to talk to you about earlier. You just looked at me like I was stupid, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, no, I do that. That just happens. And then we got the best moderator in town, Action Figs, aka Action Figs. I was all over watching on. That's. I mean,
keyboards are sticky. Action Figs. The keyboards are sticky. That's why no one's checking.
That's a good reason why. Yeah, that's the members only stream. After this show, we go there.
Yeah,
we have all our toes hanging out. We put some peanut butters on them. You know what I'm saying. And then we got the one and only Miss Stacy Hatch. You'll all be happy to know that I am indeed here. Hey, hello dopers. Well, hey, Miss Stacy Hatch. Good to see you. And you know him, we love him. Jason Evangelista.
Evangelista.
Good evening, all in the chat. Good evening there. And then our one and only retro toy princess, Allison Troy. Good evening, and I hope you're doing well. And we got Mr. Wonderful, who still hasn't launched Hexastack yet, and I'm going to keep giving him crap about it until he does it. So whenever you want to get that launched there, buddy, I'll stop talking crap at least for a couple minutes. And we got Yojo Jerk, Yo V.
Hey, Yojo Jerk.
Hope you're doing well. And then we got Trust the Screamer, who had just joined the 500 Club. And if those that weren't here last week, we did a nice little giveaway in honor of him reaching 500 on YouTube. So if you're not following this nice young man here, give him a nice little subscribe and watch his content. He's putting out some really good stuff.
Glad he met the challenge. Glad he succeeded on that.
It was last week, dude. That's wild.
Yeah, dude, just a week ago.
Holy shit.
Time flies when you're having fun on the YouTubes.
Oy.
Junkie on Crafts and Builds. Mike, how you doing, man? Good to see you. And then we got Yojo Jerk once again. Yo Ted, Aaron, and chat. And we got our good friend Northern Nomad. He says, no, it's what you sipping on, sucker? See, maybe we need to make that.
I do the spinneroonie, but it's carb.
Yeah, I would. Then I throw my back out, and then the show would have to be over. And no one wants to see that. We got Thor joining us. Happy Sunday to your guests. And I saw Deadpool and Wolverine today, and I must say it reminds me of Ted as Wolverine and Black Knight as Deadpool. That tends to make sense. I'm the funny one. He's just there.
I would pay to see that.
What, me and Ted as Wolverine and Deadpool?
Yes. Yeah, let's do a shot for shot remake with the two of you.
Oh shit, that means.
Oh
Whew,
boy.
how much you got to drink?
Oh girl.
Lots.
We might be here. We might get demonetized on before this show's even over with. Junkie on says, yeah, see, I don't got we're a little limited upstairs right now. All hail to the Steel Reserves. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Junkie on. He was the first person that we met at Joe Fest last year in the entire toy community space in line. And he's been just a wonderful person in general, but he's amazing. Definitely check out his channel. He does some great reviews and some really great feedback.
Absolutely. And of course, our good friend Matthew Madsen.
Hey, man.
Yay, Matthew.
Also met at DFW.
Yes, and then Matthew's out there doing the Toy Lord's work. Hopefully getting into some good connects for us. So we appreciate you doing the Lord's work. And Robert Infinite Realm says someone called Bobby about still. No, that's officially copyrighted by Hello Dope Toys. Yeah. So, nope.
Steel
Sorry,
Reserves, baby.
Sorry.
We're an elite force.
Yeah, I'm drinking 25-ounce, 8% beers, except for Ted. He'll make it halfway through.
Maybe we could hustle Quentin into squeezing it into action farce. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
Steel
think that.
Reserves.
Yeah.
That would be sweet. I would love it. And of course, we got Nico Tronus. Good evening, all. Good evening, Nico. Roll Keeper once again. Thank you all. Super awesome people. No. Thank you. You're awesome. We're just here.
I am literally just here.
HGC has come to join us. What's up? How you doing?
Hey.
Trying to get through all these, and then of course, thank you, Junkion, for the generous super chat. The checks in the mail for the shout out. Oh, thank you. We will be looking forward to cashing that so we can pay Ed his weekly fee. All right, let's get it.
Cool, man. I'm gonna kick this off a little harshly, guys. And Samantha, I might embarrass you here a little bit because I'm going to state some things that I admire about you, okay? So one thing that I learned recently about you is, one, you're a friend that I would want in my corner, and two, I would never dare cross you, now knowing what I know. So for some context to this, we're gonna go back a little bit to the Viper Island drama. We're not gonna dwell on it, right? It is what it is. But this is when all this was going on. You know, Laser Pants had just lost his Instagram, I believe, and you guys had also recently been hit with a copyright strike yourself on Instagram for sharing your own original, unique content. But behind the scenes, while I think there was a part where Laser Pants was kind of just like, yeah, I think I'm maybe just going to let this go. Like, I'll fight it, but I'm not going to fight it that hard. You were in the background tracking down names, tracking down phone numbers. Like, I know this motherfucker. We're going to fucking send him fucking emails every fucking hour on the hour until these motherfuckers look at this shit. Like, I know names and phone numbers. I know what golf course this guy plays on. We're all just going to show up to the golf course and fuck up his game. And
no one's for you, buddy.
And you know, Vishay was in there too. He was like, "Yeah, we are." I was just like, "Fuck yeah, dude." But Samantha, you really led the charge on that behind the scenes, kind of, you know, in some private chat groups and whatnot. Now that I'm airing it out in public, so I kind of want to know what was going through your guys' minds during that whole situation, and where are you kind of sitting on it right now?
Well, I spent 8 years as an investigative journalist. So if that gives you any clue as to where, I guess, some of that experience comes from digging. But I have a very small circle of friends, I suppose you could say. And so you don't mess with people that I love. You just don't. It won't be good for you. So, yeah, I started looking up whatever information I could find, and I started finding people, leadership at YouTube and Google and anybody I could find. And I started sending things to their emails and started sending some direct messages, and then found their bosses and started going there. So, yeah.
So we gotta make sure we keep our stuff private now.
Right. So where are you guys kind of sitting on it now? I know a lot of the dust has settled for the moment. How are you guys feeling about all that now? Like, are you still pursuing a case against your original claims, and kind of where are you at now?
So for me, you know, I definitely got a copyright strike on my collector Instagram page because I didn't have as much skin in the game as Chad and Ryan did, because he, you know, those were the main targets of all the stuff that he did. I went ahead and was like, you know what, I'll just make my collector page an official collector page. So anything that he tries to strike or does anything of that nature, if I do something else, it's going to be a lot harder for him to do that. Right now, I'm definitely, you know, it's still FBI because as someone that basically got into this space a couple of years ago, you really don't expect people to be heinous and criminal in their acts of just having a different opinion. You know, you can have a different opinion, but stealing content and then trying to cover your tracks by getting their stuff deleted and removed because you have an ego, it's not cool. So right now, I mean, it's just basically chill right now. You know, he hasn't struck anything to me and stuff like that. But definitely still on alert if he happens to do this again, because this man has a track record of doing that, and I don't see how people can allow this person to do this in this community. I can tell you right now, in other communities, he's had issues in sports and in wrestling. So this isn't something that's just about, oh, well, you can have a different opinion in toys. No, this man has a track record of doing this.
There's
So
definitely a pattern, not just in the toy community, but in other areas where he has done similar things and kind of been pushed out or blackballed, so to speak, from those communities. So right now he's laying low, so we're kind of laying low. But
yeah,
look, he wants to start something again. We know the art of war. We will go.
I love that. Absolutely. Man, so I think it might have been Chad who mentioned it, and I might be wrong. I might be misquoting. It might be somebody else, but I think Chad had mentioned that part of the reason why he was putting up this front of, oh, I got hacked, oh, I didn't do this, all these people are saying all these things, was because, his co-host, his son, that's, I guess, his channel too, and he was trying to maybe hide some of those shady tactics from him. Like, you got like this kid here going, oh, hey, what the hell's going on? And he's like, oh, it's fine. You got hacked and you got this and you got that. So I thought that was an interesting point, but I also want to go back on what you were saying about sports and wrestling and the track record. Like, does he have other channels, or is that like...
He's had several things in regards to sports, teams that he likes and he follows, and has been to games and stuff like that. And previously in a previous thing, I guess it was in early 2000s or late 2000s, of basically doing the same thing in regards to wrestling promotion. So it's one of those things where people are like, hey, what's this guy doing? And it just falls off peters off every couple of years or something. But recently it's been one of those things, when this attack started happening in the toy community, he's been doing other things in sports as well. So again, for me, it's one of those things of, this isn't just a corral to go, hey, this needs to stop, but it's also an awareness to go, when people show you who they are, you kind of have to believe them. And when this person is, again, attacking people for their information and claiming it as their own and then targeting them legally, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not cool. And even in the sports world, I mean, sports is, of course, a lot different, but the amount of podcasts and sports related things are by the millions. So when you're, again, stealing other people's content, it's so easy to make your own, that looks even weirder, like, especially for sports. Like, why are you doing that? There's a billion of topics you can discuss in various ways you can discuss them. So that's one of the things that I found very interesting about, oh, okay, it's not just about the toys. This is bigger than what we expect.
I mean, we found a previous YouTube channel that he had, and he had both of his children on there, and was stealing wholesale, full interviews and posting them, and got in trouble for doing stuff like that. We found articles where allegedly, he was working on doing promotional things for wrestling events and skipped out, as far as we can tell.
Yeah, the Mr. Wonderful, former indie wrestler himself, is very interested on any details in the wrestling world, because he's very tuned into that stuff. But yeah, he's always interested in hearing anything about that. Well, we don't need to dwell on this fella anymore. He's luckily, as you guys said, he's being quiet and staying the fuck away. So I think it's unfortunate you guys had to deal with that, but you built a lot of awareness, I'll tell you that.
Right.
So speaking of Mr. Wonderful here, he often asks people what they're watching when there's no streams on. So aside from, the usual folks, we all watch Chad and 3POA and Ninja. Who are you guys watching in the toy world, or maybe even outside of the toy world, that you would like to recommend to us or the community? Like, hey, go check this out now.
Oh, man. Well, I'm trying to think. I watch Nightcap, of course, with Shannon and Ocho Cinco for sports. I watch Battle Rap a lot, so there's that. I definitely watch Chiseled Adonis because his commentary on everything sports related or just stuff in general is hilarious. Other than the toy chat, I mean, I'm pretty much
been watching Suka and
Yeah. A lot of people have been bringing
lately.
their stuff on as well, updating their YouTube channels. Suga's in the chat right now, so definitely been watching some of his things.
Yes.
Yes.
So I didn't even know Suka had officially launched his channel. I knew he was talking about it. Ed, if you're paying attention, if we're able to get a link for him up in the chat, that would be awesome.
Don't drink and watch his channel.
I mean, that's all I do.
Yeah, that's all Aaron does.
I'm going to say, before, drink after, but you will choke because hysterical.
I'll say Yesterland Toys, definitely been watching him as well. Been watching just, customizing videos galore, just things to check out and look at. Honestly, I just watch anything and everything that I can. Listen to a lot of music, which I got to make a playlist for you guys too.
We've been watching that girl that does the breakdowns of all.
Yeah, there's a lady.
Absolutely.
She's a strategist, and she talks strategy and marketing and reels. So we've been following the Kendrick and Drake rap beef, which is absolutely brilliant. That's actually been fun to watch. When we're not doing that, I've been currently playing NCAA College Football 2025 because
I heard it was good.
It's very good. It's very good. I mean, I've been waiting 11 years for this. It's just, it's.
I'm gonna have to download it this week. That's what I'm gonna do my time off.
So we were talking about music here. I gotta ask you guys: have you listened to the new Childish Gambino drop? I've been trying to tell Aaron to listen to Lithonia for days now, and he keeps fucking ignoring me. Have you?
I heard the first half of Lithonia. We're gonna play it later. I played her Yoshinoa because that was a very good beat. But I like Childish Gambino. I'm sad that he's going to be retiring Childish Gambino, but Donald Glover's an amazing talent. So I've got to finish the rest of it for sure.
He's been getting a taste of that acting money.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna out myself because he was talking about the album and I was like, yeah, we gotta listen to it or whatever. I did not realize that they were the same person. Like it just never occurred to me that the actor.
It's how good he is. Don't even recognize it. Don't recognize it.
We were talking to the dude at the cigar shop earlier.
Yeah, he said the same thing.
He's like, wait a minute, Donald Glover is a rapper? I'm like, yeah, man.
Like, okay, there's people with, similar names or whatever, but it just was like, wait, they are the same person? It's not just people with the same name. Like,
they have the doppelganger meme. It's like, name someone that like is the evil twin. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I remember, when he came out as the comedian, like when he was his early comedic days, like those runs were crazy. So
that's when he because he had just dropped that EP with Freaks and Geeks on it. A little after that.
Yeah, it was very good. And Bonfire is still one of my favorite tracks he's ever made.
Bonfire is one of the best songs.
By the way, that was foretelling of even his little beef with Drake. He was like, and it's just a great song.
God, man, that beat though.
Yeah.
Yo, what's Childish Gambino? I'm like,
Yeah, you want to get hyped up for something, man? Throw Bonfire on.
Yeah,
working out, packing orders, robbing a place. Listen to Childish Gambino. Bonfire.
Wait, I want to rob you, but hold on. Let me finish this Bonfire song.
No, look. If I was robbing somebody, I'd put in Bonfire because the confidence it would instill in me.
Oh,
I'd be like, I can fucking do anything.
It's on the workout playlist for sure. Ken's Toys talked about, my son tripped out when I explained it to him back in Spider-Man Homecoming. I mean, Miles Morales was a big part of the Spider-Man lore in general because of Donald Glover. You know, it's amazing just his influence in acting, music, comedy. It's really awesome. I like it.
Robert says, "Don't feel bad, Samantha. I didn't realize Donald Glover was him until he was in that Spider-Man movie."
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah, no, it's so fucking good.
I
So
might
good.
listen to that when the stream's over.
I know. I wish we could just play it on here. You know, see, this is why we need to do a members only thing.
Yeah.
That's the only reason, just so we can fucking blast some copyright shit and just play whatever the fuck we want in the background.
I'm all for it, man. So
Mhm.
I actually was a musician starting in 6th grade. So I grew up playing. I started out as clarinet, of course, and I went to bassoon in 8th grade. So that was my principal instrument for a long time. And then I was in marching band. I marched clarinet one year. I marched trombone. I was on the cymbal line, and I was a drum major. So that's how actually she and I met. I went Middle Tennessee State University for music, and I was in the drum line there. But music is a vital part of my life. So it actually helped propel me even further in my dancing career because I have such a strong connection with music. And so it's furthermore enhanced by the fact that, you know, now I get to play music when I'm going to conventions and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, time to get hyped. I'm about to spend some money. Let's. And then I have my coping music, like how much money did I spend?
Just don't play Bonfire. You'll confidently spend.
Oh yeah.
So Ted, remember next show we gotta play Bonfire.
Gotta play Bonfire. That's what we're gonna use to hype the next show. All right. So how do you fall into specifically ballroom dancing?
Okay, so this is a very funny story. So I grew up. When I decided to start dancing, of course, you pick, you know, hip hop and break dancing because that seems like the easy way. It's very, very challenging. But I started dancing, you know, just to have fun, just to try something new. So I started dancing my senior year in high school, and then of course when my second year in college, that's when I met a really good friend of mine named Stephen Brock, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna take you out. We're gonna go hang out, and we're gonna go to a club." And I was like, okay, sure. And we would go out dancing with all of our friends, everyone from the band and stuff. I would go out dancing 7 nights a week almost, all the time. So I would go out dancing, and a friend of mine who his name is Quincy, he hosts the Bashville Stampede, which is one of the largest breakdance competitions in the South and actually in the Southeast area. He's like, hey man, you should try ballroom dancing. I guess it's in July. They have like a national dance day. You know, it's like National Cupcake Day or National Tequila Day. He's like, hey, we need to go try all these different dance group classes. So we went to one, and it was like, hey, you're going to do this and do this and this. He's like, hey, you should try ballroom dancing. It's good money. You've got the build for it. It's great. And I was like, I don't really know. You know, I like Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly and all that stuff, but I don't know if I want to do ballroom dancing. So I went in there and met the manager. He was an old school guy from Southside Chicago. He's like, this is an entertainment business, but you can make a good living for it. I'll give you a shot. And so from there, I got like a first introductory lesson, liked it. The guy was like, hey, I'm going to show you the waltz. I was like, oh, waltz is easy. I've been playing waltz music most of my life. Picked it up, really was. Like, hey, now I'm going to show you this part. No idea what I was doing. And I fell in love with it then. Fast forward 2.5 years, did a routine. Ended up helping a lady. She didn't really hold her core, so I was trying to make sure she didn't fall. Ended up tearing the stomach muscle. Decided to take a break from dancing and figure out what I was going to do. Move back to my hometown, try to get myself situated. And the owners of a studio here, I had met them in 2013. I competed against them, and I saw their logo had Johnson City Ballroom. I was like, hey, I didn't know my hometown had a ballroom dance studio. So fast forward a couple of years, I saw one of the owners out. And I walked into the studio. I was like, hey, you know, I'd like to, you know, check out one of your Friday night parties. Because a lot of studios have Friday night parties where you get a chance to mix and mingle, hang out. You don't have to be a pro. You get to drink. You get to have a good time just to see the social outing aspect of it without having to go to a club, if that makes sense. And he was like, hey, man, we've been praying for another teacher. Do you want to do it? And at the time, I was a facilities manager at a church that my dad worked at. And I was like, you know, I've been, you know, stacking chairs and doing all these things for years. I'd like to get back into dancing. And here I am 5.5 years later, competed, traveled the country, And it's truly a blessing. You know, most people see ballroom dancing and they see Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars is an aspect of the many aspects of dancing, right? Dancing promotes good circulation, good body movement. It's great for dementia. It's great for your memory in general. It's low impact. There's thousands of benefits. But Dancing with the Stars showcases some of the things you can do. But they only have, 8 to 12 hours a day to do those routines. They don't have to go pick up their kids from school or drop their dog off to the vet. So most people don't have time to do that style of dancing. So I teach it on the social level. Normally teach your lessons like 50 minutes, less than an hour, so you can go do something. But we do parties and group classes, so you can learn from that as well. We do shows, we do little routines from Dance with the Stars, but I also compete. So we go on a big competition floor, we get to dance and hang out. And let me tell you, I've danced to some songs you never would imagine you could dance to, but it's fun. I don't have to wear all the glitter that you see those guys dancing with the stars. I wear all, she does. I wear all black for the most part. But it's really, I can say I love what I do and I do what I love. I get to dance as a job.
So do you know how to do the lambada?
I do not know how to do lambada. But
is that something you want to learn to do?
If you can merengue, you're pretty on par with that.
All right. I don't know how I came up. I don't even know why that popped in my mind. Like it's the forbidden dance. You shouldn't do it, but do you know it?
We don't have bachata, which is close.
Bachata and bolero are pretty close. Those are good.
Have you guys watched The Office like all the way through?
I have watched it all the way through.
So there's that movie, Threat Level Midnight, that Michael Scott makes.
Okay.
And his character in the movie, Michael Scarn, is at the bar, and then he does this signature dance called the Scarn. And he goes, you step to the right and you shake a hand, and you step to the left and you shake a hand. We need a hella dope dance.
Okay.
If you could give us something simple that even a Teddy could do. Aaron's an amazing dancer.
Okay.
He's a little old and crotchety right now, but back in the day, that dude could dance.
Okay.
I need like 4 or 5 heating pads first and some.
We need a hella dope dance. A little oons. So that's a project for you if you're ever bored. Like hella dope dance.
In here already.
Then we'll do it on the show and we'll all dance together.
Yeah,
to bonfire.
And then we'll do it live at PowerCon 2025.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll have we'll force ourselves a panel because by then we'll be important.
A salsa class at DFW, but nobody took us up on it.
It's okay.
Hey, I love Dirty Dancing. Thank you very much. That was a great movie. No one backs baby in a corner.
Have to have. I like that too.
Spinneroonie. We can do that. Yeah, Spinneroonie on there.
So I think that's incredible that you kind of fell into something that you absolutely love and you get to do it every day. Like that's a lot of people's dreams, man.
Yeah, and you learn so much about people. I tell everyone I have 50 minutes to make your life slightly better. I don't know what everyone's going through, so when they come in, it's, hey, how was your day? If they're, it's been kind of rough, I'm like, all right, let's play one of your favorite songs to dance to, just kind of talk and dance it out. That way you get your mindset in, oh, hey, I'm not dealing with outside world, I'm dancing now, right? Here's my escape, or here's my turn that frown upside down moment, So I have 50 minutes to change someone's day. For a lot of guys, they're nervous because they think I'm supposed to tell them that they suck. Like, oh man, you're terrible, you're trash, and all this thing. Back in the day, it was frowned upon if you didn't know how to dance, because every man knew how to dance back in the day, no matter what you did. That was just another tool in your belt that you could do at any moment. So for me, it's re-implementing to gentlemen that it's distinguished to dance, and your partners have to listen to you. So you're kind of in charge. That's kind of how I sell it. I'm like, hey, you're in charge. And I tell the ladies, if you don't ever want to be called out, just follow him. I'll call him out because you're following him.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because when, Aaron and I are in our 40s. So back during school dances, I would say that's when they started watering down like classic dancing, because we never did any of that. If you were dancing at a high school dance, You put your hands on the girl's hips and she put her arms around you, and you literally just rocked side to side.
Penguin
Yeah.
dance. It's called the penguin dance because you waddle.
Yeah, that was it. We learned square dancing, but we never learned any traditional dance, and any school dances were just, I think
Shake what your mama gave you.
Nobody knew what to do, and one person just started doing it, and then that's just what everybody did.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
But I definitely recommend it for guys, because whether you've played sports or you don't, it's a great mental exercise, but it's also a way to go, all right, I know my posture, I know my movement. And again, I normally teach students with music that they grew up on or they like, because everyone's like, oh, you have to play all the string instruments and the waltzes, which is great. But there's a lot of songs that you can dance to that are pop, classic rock, whatever, that you can do those dances to. So for me, again, with my musical background, I like to go, oh, hey, you want to learn this dance? Why don't we try this? Oh, you like this dance? Let's try it this way. That way you have an acclimation. Because I tell people, you dance all the time, whether it's in the shower, in the car, banging on the steering wheel. I'm like, you're kind of moving your body. You just now have to move your entire body with a partner. So it's fun. I mean, I really get a chance to, we did a one-hit wonder show. Was that last year? 2 years ago. So we got to pick songs, and I got to dance to Return of the Mac. Who doesn't like Return of the Mac? I got to do a routine. You know what I mean? So I get to pick songs. Like, I've always wanted to dance to that song. Let's come up with a routine for it, and I get to dance it.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
Because I have XM radio, and every time it comes on, I'm like, oh yes, such a classic.
Samantha, were you a dancer prior to this? Did you get pulled into the dancing world? And how much of it are you in love with? Do you share the same passion?
Yes. So I started dancing around 4, and did all the way through high school. I started doing color guard, which is basically flag, rifle, saber dance, that kind of stuff. In high school, I did it through college, and then I started choreographing and coaching other high schools basically until I was about 30, and then I just stopped. There just really wasn't a lot of opportunities anymore, so I took a lot of time off. But I always wanted to get back into dancing at some point, and ballroom dancing was always on my radar as kind of on my bucket list, something I would like to try. And it was just funny that here my best friend is doing it. So about 3 years ago, I moved here from Nashville, and he was like, all right, it's time. Like, just stop waiting. You're never, let's go. And I absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, VConley, a challenge has been set out to you.
Okay.
You must now do a dance to the Cody Rhodes entrance music.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that he doesn't think about any of this at all. Whatever. Yeah, sure.
You could probably do, just off the top of my head, thinking about the tempo of Cody Rhodes' song, you could do a slow salsa actually for it, or a swing dance for it. Yeah. Probably.
Swing dance sounds fun.
Yes, there's various versions of the swing dance, though. So if you'd like a little more laid back, you could do the West Coast swing, which is a lot of fun. If you want to, actually, but now if you want to put Ted on your head and do a spinneroonie that way.
Oh, yeah.
Some Lindy Hop right there,
Excellent.
Yeah. I can't pick him up.
What are you talking about? I'm light as a feather. I haven't gained weight at all in 20 plus years.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that.
At all.
Never help you sleep at night.
Well, Aaron, do we need to hit this chat?
We can, yeah.
Hit the chat.
Jesus Christ. What we got in here? We got a JMK Customs work. Good evening, gents. Did y'all Google best guest to have, or the coincidence that you got them?
Okay, let me shout out Mikey and JMK Custom Works. One, not only is he a distinguished gentleman, and his father is incredible as well. We got to meet his dad. Mikey does some fantastic work. Just his customs and his tutorials. I started painting, I would get 3D printed head sculpts for my figures, and I was very nervous. Again, I don't have this sleight of hand, but watching Mikey's videos just give you a confidence boost of like 1,000, and just how detailed he is. But just being like, hey man, take your time. There's no rush. I really learned a lot from watching his channel and just how he customizes things. So I got a couple of commissions for him later on as well for some figures. So,
oh yeah. Who we got up next? Mike says Sam is an absolute beast and she's unstoppable when you mess with her family. So
Don't forget it.
further to note, do not mess with Sam. She'll come after you. She will dig up all your dirt.
The fuck out of you.
She'll get all the dirt on you and then air it out for you.
Yeah.
Don't look too far in my past.
Yeah. It's really boring anyway. You don't want to.
Yeah. No one wants that. Ed says Faith time he sips on Still Reserve is hilarious.
Yeah, I was trying to hide it at first, and then I was just like, you know what? I can't. I'm tired of pretending that I have to.
This one's pretty good.
Oh, man, super jelly. I need to try it, man.
Yeah. Although I think the cherry slushy is still better.
My only problem, like I told Ted this because we were talking about which ones to get. My problem with the cherry slushy is the after kick of it. It lingers for a while, but like once you power through it, I mean it's good. I don't. The only one I'm really not a fan of is watermelon and pineapple. Those are probably the two of my least favorite ones.
Yeah,
and that's including the original. That was my first love.
Oh yeah, that's
Fatrid says, "Is the Hella Dope dance gonna be like the Super Bowl shuffle?"
Oh man, he brought it back. That's a classic right there. That's a classic. That and the Icky Shuffle. Those. Well, to be fair, the Dion celebratory dance is also very good.
See, I'm more of a truffle shuffle kind of guy. It would be good.
Yeah,
maybe I'll do like a little little stanky leg while I do it. That's what I'll do. He also follows up with the Hella Dope dab.
Maybe, yeah. Take a sip from the mug. Maybe.
Or the Hella Dope disco.
Ooh.
I mean, we bust out the platforms and the bell bottoms. Get that Saturday Night Fever going.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there we go. It's never a good song. There we go. No.
Remind me that I never let you DJ anything.
What happened to the party music?
All lullabies, sir.
This is the Quiet Storm, Hella Dope.
Right.
Oh, all this music fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just stop while you're ahead.
Carry on.
You didn't kill the mood.
I did kill the mood.
Titan Ted wants to know how good of a dancer is Moss Man.
Moss Man is an incredible dancer. He's just like, all right, first thing you do is you put your little thumb up right there, and then you just shuffle to the left, and you shuffle to the right. So, yeah, pretty fucking good.
So I think Moss Man is the cousin of Flint Flossie. He's Mint Mossy.
Dude, I have been listening to Flint Flossie for like 2 weeks now. That
when Magnet first came out, we were in the clubs rocking that. Like that, all of those songs. When Turquoise Jeep first came out, you couldn't help but laugh. But we did those. As a matter of fact, the Flint Flossie has a video called "Did I Mention I Like to Dance?" And he does the cleanest moonwalk you will ever see because his stride is just incredible. It's like I saw it, I was like, I gotta learn that moonwalk. I was like, that moonwalk is just super clean. I was like, it's one of the best moves ever.
Yeah, that's all up in the playlist right now. Like,
oh yeah,
I put it on repeat now. Like, I'm pretty sure that my son's tired of me listening to it. We go door dashing and I play it. And he's like, Dad, can I listen to Kids Bop now? I'm like,
no,
you cannot.
No,
Not,
you cannot.
not until you learn all the words to this song.
Grown folk music right here. That's grown folk music.
How you like your eggs and stretchy pants?
Yeah.
Like
My stretchy pants. Yes, like a mama bird. That's right. Trusted Screamer says Ted's gonna have a hangover tomorrow. Yeah, he's gonna have one in about an hour. The way he's going. That
I'm fine. I know how to drink alcohol.
You don't know how to drink that 8% though. This isn't that stuff. This is that stuff that makes you feel good.
I'm halfway
To be
through.
fair, we have never had hangovers.
mm-mm.
I'm not gonna
It's
challenge you.
insane.
I feel like that me challenging you is gonna cause me to have the hangover and that. Like, we'll worry about that PowerCon next year, and we won't.
I feel like this is a good
It's-
challenge for power.
Exactly. Only that I'm gonna put it on Ted, and it'll be fun.
Again,
We got the best hair in the business.
Oh,
RG.
hey, RG.
Or
Same,
G.
How's it going, man? Good to see you. And then Thatcher says Screamer Ted's gonna have a mid-show hangover. And then also says we're not here to pre-order any trouble. We're just here to do hella dope shuffle.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
I like that.
I
Hey,
like
go ahead
that.
and write that down. Is that a Moss Man approved?
He's giving it the thumbs up.
There it is. You heard it here first. Approved by Mothman himself.
Absolutely.
All right, we're good.
Cool. Well, before we get back into it, I have a new segment called Ted DarkClaw Shills His Shit. Right now, guys, at the HelloDopeToys.com website, you can go under the merch tab at the very top on the menu bar and buy your own classic black Hella Dope mug. But if you're like, yeah, I'm not really into that, I want something that's more special. Well, of course you do. Of course you do. A human of class like yourself, I know you want something more special, and that is why we have the limited edition What You Sippin' On Hella Dope Beer Stein. This item is very limited edition, September 30th. What month is it? August 31st. This thing is gone forever. You will never get one ever again. Not coming back. Sorry about your damn luck. Go to helladopetoys.com right now and get yourselves a Hella Dope mug. And that has been Ted DarkClaw Shills His Shit. Gary back.
You sounded so much like, what was that America's Most Wanted? Sorry about your damn luck. I like it. I literally, that's what I heard.
Oh my god! So like now, Ted, you gotta get like a video package behind that. It's like you like shilling shit.
Yeah, we're gonna work on some animated graphics across the screen. I don't know.
Your little jig.
Now I might go for a Jonathan Frakes. You know, Commander Riker from Star Trek when he was on that one show and they do all those clips of him. He's like, "Nuh-uh, not today. Sorry, fella. Sorry about your luck. Ain't happening." I'm gonna go with that next time.
Okay.
You want this Hella Dope mug? Sorry, pal. Not today. Just not lucky enough.
I think you need to make a
the new move.
Folgers commercial with the Hella Dope mug
Oh yeah.
and the real collectors of genius with the beer stein.
Yes, I like that. Actually, so when we were talking with Quentin, was that last week? I don't even fucking remember. When we were talking with Quentin, he was talking with us about having a more copyright-friendly mascot aside from Mossman. And I had been thinking about it, and I had in my head memories of these commercials, this little mac and cheese monster. He's this little troll and he eats mac and cheese. I was asking my wife and daughter about it. They're like, "Oh, we don't know anything about it." So I'm like, "No, the mac and cheese monster fucking exists." So I Googled it. It was actually an SNL sketch where this little troll comes out while they're eating mac and cheese. There's these two kids and he vomits mac and cheese all over them. I don't remember his fucking name, but now I kind of want something like that for Hella Dope. But yeah, as you were saying, the mug, and then you're sipping stuff, and then just shit just starts flying all over your face, and something like that. Steel Reserve.
It's kind of like the t-shirt idea you mentioned earlier.
Which t-shirt idea?
Exactly.
By the way, shout out to Quentin. Again, got to meet him at DFW. Great guy. Artwork is
on point.
Amazing.
Really awesome. And got to meet Not Top Goon.
The Goonie. But we're not here to talk about his mom.
Looks like.
All right. Well, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the SDCC drops all weekend, because Aaron and I are struggling ourselves. Just so much shit. Like, I don't even know what just happened the past 5 fucking days. Stuff dropping nonstop. But is there anything from the latest reveals from anyone that caught your eyes?
Well, there's some very interesting vlogs via Ryan Laserpants. If you go to the 3POA YouTube channel, he has a affiliate who infiltrated and had some very good things at the Hasbro booth. I saw a couple of things that were cool. A lot of the stuff that I see at San Diego Comic-Con and stuff in general, I'm very, very, very particular in what I buy and what I order. I mean, I can like stuff, but there's nothing that's like jumping out the screen that I'm like, hey, I've got to pre-order that. I've got to have it. Because my collection is very niche. But I also look at things of, okay, that looks cool, but when is it going to get here? If it's not dropping until 2025, 2026, I'm like, I'll be excited for it when it gets here. I'm looking at some of the reveals. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, but until it shows up, I'm not really going to care about it. I did see a lot of some really cool Marvel Legends stuff. I know they had that ROM, which everyone's looking forward to that. I saw the new Punisher from the Spider-Man kind of series. It looks really good. There was a couple of, I want to say, the Street Fighter figures look really cool. Like I'm very excited for DJ. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of all the ones I saw. There's a couple of the classified figures look cool, but I don't have to collect classified. Like I love G.I. Joe, but I don't have to love G.I. Joe. There's some really cool stuff. I think the Rattler kind of looks cool. I think it's SH Figure Arts that has some really cool designs.
Yeah, so I really like that Colossus that they had at Marvel.
I did see the Colossus. Yeah, I like the build on that. That's really cool.
Like that is a definite upgrade from some of the previous designs they've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
for you guys real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
When you guys do see stuff like this or big convention stuff, do you all keep an eye out for specific things that you want to have to put on the site, or are you just taking a collective guess of like, okay, this is probably going to be this is going to be a seller, everyone's going to want this, or you just kind of take a look at stuff that you guys
it's a dart at the board. Because when was it the Zabu wave that had cable? Yeah. When that wave came out, I'm like, okay, well, you can guess and think about, okay, well, these are going to be the hot. Like, you're going to order more of these than the others. I would have never imagined in a million years that cable was going to be the one that everyone wanted. So, when it came time to order it, it's like, let me just get a couple. They'll sit on a shelf and we'll clearance them out in 6 months anyways. But I mean, on this side of it, you kind of have to have it all. If you can do it, do it. But there are certain ones that we would like to have, but we just aren't like there yet. A lot of the SH Figure Art stuff, like we're kind of slowly dipping our toes into that water. A lot of Dragon Ball, a lot of the animated stuff that they do. We know a lot of our customer base would be interested in. We've still got Mondo in the back pocket. We just haven't really done anything with them.
Yeah.
But Jada, and if Jada keeps going the way that Jada's going, I'm going to go all in and then some with them. I'm just waiting for them to go ahead and greenlight the Mortal Kombat acquire, because that is going to be the one that sends them to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the nice thing about pre-orders, especially when they come in like mass like this, well, Aaron hates it because he's got to make 5,000 listings.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah. Well, that's why we have an employee now.
okay.
But it gives us the opportunity to allow people to kind of vote with their wallets too. And then we can
Right.
kind of get a gauge base off of the pre-orders, especially when it's not going to be like super quick turnaround. And then that kind of helps. But sometimes there's anti-pre-ordering people who are just like, I don't want to wait. I don't want to put up 10%. I don't want to put up any amount. When it's out, I will buy it. And those are the people that usually tend to skew whatever realistic number that we think we have. Or every now and then, the buzz is out there because we'll check the chat groups. We're listening to what people are saying.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes people just don't pull the trigger, and then we're left with the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Robert. Well, when that Scooby Doo comes out, it's a done deal.
Yeah. And I think my biggest disappointment with the San Diego reveals, because I'm a Marvel Legends guy. Like, it's let me down a lot the past few years, but that's mostly my collecting bread and butter. So when they announced that Punisher 2-pack, I was just like, that's a good looking Punisher. Now I have the Legendary Riders Punisher, and I was just like, I don't need any other Punisher. I'm happy with that. But that looked like a good Punisher. And I almost texted Aaron. I was like, yo, I don't give a fuck what we're doing. We need this. And then they hit us with that Amazon exclusive, and I'm just like, you stupid motherfuckers. And when you run a toy store, things like San Diego Comic-Con are also nice because you can window shop and be like, oh, we gonna order some of that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely helps. Like, I mean, because what I do is usually like stuff that I know that they're talking about that's going to definitely be a green light project. Like, I will already start a lot of the pre-listing. So like DJ and Vega and all that stuff that they've already said it's coming. I've already got all the pre-work done. So I just need them to tell me when. A lot of the classified stuff, while for us, G.I. Joe is very kind of 50-50. We either sell a bunch of it or we don't sell a bunch of it, but it still helps to know, like, hey, these are what the people are looking for. I'm here. Like I said, like Ted said, we're in all the chat groups. We're listening to like what people are saying. It's like, oh my God, I want to buy this, or this is what I really want to add to my collection. So that's feedback for us saying, okay, well, we definitely need to look into this. But also at the same time, there is, people who have their favorite places to go. And we spoke with a potential investor a little bit ago talking about, like, hey, people are always they have Big Bad, and they have Nerdzoic, and all these other places who they choose to go to, which is great. Like, this is the life we live. You have options, which then says, oh well, this place doesn't have it, and this place is sold out, and this place is sold out, and they go, oh well, buy it from Hello Dope Toys. Who? No. See, I want to take the who out. Like, I want that to be a name that's instantly in my minds. Like, oh well, let me go there and see if they got it, because there's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from Haya that some people may not be familiar with, that Judge Dredd that is sold out currently at Big Bad. But I wonder who has that, or will be getting it and be shipping in August. I don't know a website that has it. Ted, do you know a website that has a San Diego Comic-Con Judge Dredd exclusive?
No, never heard of them.
Yeah. Anyway, well, if you figured out who it is, you let us know. But that it's stuff like that. It's a long game you got to play. There's a lot of marketing on like our end, because like we still are getting. We're going to talk about this at the 2-year show, but like, the thing we hear a lot is, a lot of people are talking about you guys. We're all out in California. We hear all we hear is Hello Dope. Like, okay, well, where you at? Where you at, bro?
It's actually funny you should mention that. So my cousin does a community backpacking event every year back to school, right? So he basically gets people to donate backpacks, full school supplies, and you can bring your kid to get a backpack. There's free food, there's vendors galore, like everything is free. So I, born and raised here in Johnson City, been working at the dance studio for 5.5 years. I went and set up a tent just to get my name out there and get more business, because even though I'm homegrown, there are a lot of people who have no idea where I'm at and what I do. And I'm located right next to our local Target. So I'm like, you see me all the time. You see our business all the time. And I'm like, I didn't go in there, expecting to get 1,000 names, but I wanted to get, my face out there. I took some photos with some people, did some, community politicking, but it's just, I totally understand. You're like, okay, well, I'm here. And it's like, oh, well, where are you at? Well, I'm here. Where are you at? And that to me is very interesting when people like, well, I've never heard of Hello Dope. What do they have? Well, if you go on the website, you can see they have a lot of stuff you probably want and need. So, I mean, that to me is the beauty of being able to see, there you go, right there.
What's that? Is that Judge
this isn't the thing you were just talking about at all.
That's not,
Not,
at my age, and tons of these. Who knows?
this is not a Haya Toys San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Judge Dredd that is available at Hello Dope Toys and opens up just like that with soft goods and whatnot.
I love soft goods and whatnot. Those are my favorite.
Ooh, so sexy. But anyway, I don't know where you get one of those.
Also, another hot topic that was brought to my attention, speaking of, NECA, was those Sesame Streets, man. Have y'all seen the Bert and Ernie Sesame Street figures that NECA put out?
I saw one image. I think Toy Shiz posted it on IG. I follow him. I follow them a lot, and they post some of the stuff. I actually just saw someone was going to now make a Sesame Street Dio now that they're coming out with the figures. I was like, oh, that was fast. Okay, someone's been.
Is it Duarte?
I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past him, honestly.
He's probably listening going, son of a bitch.
I've got some plans I'd like for him to do for my Figure Obscura Mythic Legions Egyptian figures. So, and I told him that too, so he knows it's coming.
Yeah, but NECA's rebranding.
I saw a brief photo of Sesame Street, but I didn't take in too much detail.
Yeah, NECA's rebranding their Toonie line. So
okay.
I think you're gonna start seeing more of that nostalgia from them, because I'm sure they have several licenses. And I mean, Sesame Street's a great place to start, because I mean, I would like to assume we're all pretty close within age range, that we all grew up off Sesame Street.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like that just hits all the check marks to me, because I figured, if you got Bert and Ernie classic characters, I gotta figure what next. You gotta do Big Bird.
I'll say, and we all grew up growing up to be Oscar the Grouch. So like we all understand why Oscar was Oscar. The
older that I got, the more I understood him.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do anything, Super Grover.
Yeah, Grover.
Oh, I love Grover. Super Grover was my favorite. I love Super Grover though.
Ted, what kind of box are you playing with?
What box?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no box.
No box. I haven't been playing with anything.
Samantha, how much have you been sipping?
Yeah, how many Steel Reserves have you had? All I've been doing is casually fiddling my fingers. I don't know of any box that you were speaking of at all.
I'm almost done with mine, Ted.
Ted will be done with his tomorrow.
Next week's show, I'll be sipping the same Steel Reserve. Were you?
I'll be on my 5th.
You talking about this?
Yes.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
I'm just hallucinating.
Don't know anything about it.
Oh,
But
yes, Beaker, man. Beaker was an unsung hero.
But
Love it.
next week, when I'm not drinking Steel Reserves, maybe I know something about it. I don't know.
Okay.
But right now, I don't know nothing about nobody.
Okay.
Real quick before we jump with topics, anyone that is I do see that is interested in that Judge Dredd. While we do have them in hand right now, we are instructed not to ship them out until August. So go ahead and reserve yours if you need to. They will not ship out Monday, but they will ship out. I think second week August is when we're allowed to do it. I will keep everyone posted if that date changes.
August is in 4 days.
Well, because of San Diego Comic-Con, like they want to wait. Like,
Gotcha.
it's dumb. Like every time they do this every year. Like when the Blueberry from Jada, they did that. Like
Yeah.
you had to wait. It's like 2 to 3 weeks after the con to sell. So like I could take pre-orders. I could stare at the box. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. But you can't get it for 3 weeks.
See, Roll Keeper is a man of the people.
It ships when it ships, and I'm good. See, you know what? That's kind of like a pick a date and we'll both be surprised kind of thing. And I like where you're going with that. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I do see some searching for that. Ooh, right? Now I'm doing a little eyeballing.
Oh, yours too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to the Briscoe. So we were in the clubhouse yesterday morning. I guess that was yesterday. Well, me and Briscoe were in the clubhouse at like 6:30 in the morning. Okay, super early, really early time to go get your toy tube in. Ed was there, I think, the whole freaking 24 hours, which is insane to me.
I think he jumped out for a little bit because I think I popped in. Either he was, I think he was like his icon was there, but he was off screen. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the Briscoe and I shared a laugh in regards to He-Man from the Masters of the Universe movie getting whipped, about how it would be a lot sexier if Evil Lynn was doing it. And I was like, well, Evil Lynn, what about Gwildor? We got a good laugh at Gwildor. And he's like, oh, but what if Mossman was whipping He-Man? And Briscoe, I just want you to know that commercial was started today. It is halfway done. We just need to blue screen Mossman in there. I wanted to have it done tonight so badly. I ran out of fucking time. And but it's halfway done, Briscoe. It's coming because of you, my friend. You inspired me to make a Mossman commercial. So he's back for you. And I'm hoping to premiere that next week.
If you order tonight, you aren't just reserving a Dread, you're still reserving him.
Oh, I love that. Love it.
Yeah, Ed, we'll talk later, buddy.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk, or maybe we won't. Who knows? Who knows? All right, so San Diego Comic-Con exclusive drops. You guys are kind of meh on the whole thing. Vishay, you mentioned you have a very niche collection, so let's talk about that.
Yeah. So I've been collecting for pretty much the majority of my life. I've been collecting something.
Pardon me,
Yes. Samantha has to let our dog out. So I grew up, my brother's 11 years older than me, so I got a lot of his hand-me-down figures, right? G.I. Joe, which I love. I do love G.I. Joe. I mean, that's something I grew up on. And actually, I told Daryl DePriest this. When the Valor versus Venom, I know a lot of people don't like those, but even the Spy Troops, I got to collect those and share them with my younger brother. So I'm in the middle of 5 kids, but I also have an older brother and a younger brother. So I got to do stuff with my older brother, and then I got to do stuff with my younger brother. So even Power Rangers, right? I grew up on Power Rangers. That's one of my Fab Five, right? Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Dragon Ball Z, of course, because I mean, it's the greatest. And wrestling figures. So I grew up on those, And then, of course, the main one that actually housed all those is Lego, right? I grew up on Lego. Lego to me was amazing. I was doing Legos for a very young age, and it was great. I mean, to this day, I think Legos is what started my love and joy for collecting and customizing and creating things. So I always collect something. Even in college, I would have a figure of mine, right? I'd have the Pursuit of Cobra figure or something like that sitting on my wall, or I'd have like a Mace Windu figure hanging out. Right? I always had something. I actually I gave my Dragon Ball Z collection to one of my nieces because she was a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. So I got to pass that on to people. So right now, what I collect, of course, is mostly Action Force. I actually got a chance to talk to Bobby at DFW and told him, Steel Brigade means a lot to me because my brother had a high school project and he had to build a model rocket. And so he was like, hey, let's just test the G.I. Joe and see how far it goes up. And he was like, hey, you get to pick one. I picked the Steel Brigade. And so lo and behold, during COVID, Bobby was doing his second trial for Action Force and there's a Steel Brigade. I'm like, oh, that's it right there. I do collect some Black Series Star Wars figures. I do collect a couple of classified figures, one or two here and there. Definitely collect the Lightning Force Power Rangers. I'm very sad that they ended that run.
Yeah.
Just the only one I have left that from my collection that I need is the Omega Black Ranger from the Omega Ranger set. I thought about getting that set, but
how deep did you go? Because I
didn't go that deep. I only collected like the main, like my favorite African American Ranger. So of course I got Turbo Red Ranger because TJ is one of the first Red Rangers. Jack, I've got several versions of Zach. I did collect the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover Rangers as well.
Okay.
I didn't go too deep because I knew how it was going to be. I did give my nephew my Magna Defender because Magna Defender is one of my top Rangers of all time, but my nephew loved it, so I was like, I'll pass it on to you. That's how much I love my figures. I will give them to my nephew and see what happens.
Yeah, see, I went original team.
Okay.
I had to go old school MMPR. I went Ninjetti.
Yes.
I love my ninjas. And then I kind of went like pieces after that. Like I got a little bit of like some of the in space, and then I just kind of jumped after that. Those are the only two complete teams that I have. Everything else were just like I like this particular character from the series.
There's several, and actually, quick shout out. I've got to find them. There's a YouTube channel, MMPR Toys. They're a great YouTube channel. He's phenomenal. He actually was the one that was telling me, like, hey, they're about to, because I collected like the 7-inch ones a while, and I was like, okay, these are kind of cool, but the articulation didn't look good. And he was the first one that dropped that Hasbro was going to do like the Lightning collection with actual head sculpts. And I was like, great. And I'll never forget, like, the first one I bought was at the local Walgreens was Zach with the Dragon Shield, which was one of the all-time best episodes ever. Yep. I was like, yeah, I gotta get that one, even though his head sculpt wasn't perfect. I'm
missing
on Megazord.
I don't have the Pink Ranger for the helmet.
Wow.
I need that to complete this.
Wow.
I got this on at a yard sale for
really
$10. Yeah,
man,
$10, and the only piece was missing is the Pink Ranger Zord for the helmet.
See, this is how much of a Power Rangers fan I am. When the debut for the first episode came on, I'll never forget, it was a Saturday. I can tell you almost what I was wearing. I was sitting with my dad, and I saw the trailer, and we watched it, and I was hooked. So that started going to that school year for Halloween. Everyone wanted to be a Power Ranger.
Yep.
But my older brother bought me the Morpher and the Dragon Dagger. So I had both of those. Mm-hmm. And I was stunting in all of school because I had both of those. Because no one had the weapons.
Oh, yeah.
But you remember those spinner tops they had? It looked like a little folding cart.
Yep.
And that.
Yeah, I love. I love Power Rangers, and it made me like happy that my son wanted to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we started with like the the original, but he was more into like the newer ones. I think he started at Mega Force.
Okay.
So like Mega Force on, we were watching, and I'm like, you know what? It even got me back into just watching it in general, because while the teams are different, the idea remains the same.
Yeah.
And I just loved getting back into it and loved to watch it with him, because that's his Power Rangers now, and it's good to see the tradition carry on. Luckily, they're looking to bring it back to the United States. So Power Rangers isn't dead. It's just they're taking a nap. It's nap time.
Yeah. I was blessed to my younger brother. When you have a younger sibling, they like kind of what you like at some point. I know I did with my older brother, but he got into Power Rangers, I want to say Wild Force around that time.
I think that's when I stopped.
So he got into Wild Force. SPD was huge for him. Mystic Force was amazing. Like we both loved that. He got into Dragon Ball Z when as I got into it. My older brother, we all got into it. And my nephew gets into it. So yeah, we were heavy into the Power Ranger lane for a very long time. And that to me is the joy of collecting and joy of stuff anyways, sharing that with generations to come and hanging out. And I got a chance to have some great memories with. I was just telling my older brother, I was like, hey, do you remember when Power Rangers started? He goes, and he was older. He's like, I didn't care for it. He goes, but I saw you liked it, so I would get you these figures. But yeah, I mean, I Power Rangers definitely was a game changer for me. And I tell Sam, unfortunately, RIP, I never got a chance to meet Jason David Frank, but I want to meet Zach. I want to meet Zach. I want to meet Zach because he's really the only celebrity that I know is just like, he's awesome. And he's like a 9-time salsa dancing champion, by the way.
Yeah.
He's just phenomenal. But he's like one of the only few celebrities that like I really want to meet, just so I can tell him how influential he was in my childhood. I mean, here's this guy that did hip hop keto, but he had a style, he had a swag, but he was just a genuinely good dude. You know what I mean? Like he's a genuinely good dude. So
that was me when I met Jason David Frank at Wizard World. It was with Ted and the missus it was their anniversary, and they let me come with them. And like to meet him was amazing, because when like as kids you're like everyone wanted to be the Red Ranger, and all the girls wanted to be like the Pink Ranger, and they're like, oh, you want to be the Black Ranger, like you would think so, but I wanted to be the Green Ranger. Because fucking Tommy was a badass, and I wanted to be that guy, even though I wasn't that guy. I wanted to be him, and like to go from there, and then like he became this like super like awesome, powerful White Ranger. I'm like, oh my god, this is my guy, and he had all the cool Zords, man. The fucking Dragon Zord.
Arguably had like the trifecta of great
White
Zords.
Tiger Zord, the Falcon Zord, the Red Turbo. Like this dude was him. Okay. So to meet him and then to get I got his autograph and a picture taken, and like the most wholesome dude you will ever meet. Like he would sit and talk to you for hours, because that's just all he loves, interacting with his fans. He don't care about the money. I mean, he does, but he doesn't. But like he just likes meeting and like talking and meeting with his fans, and that's what instantly let me knew like this was the guy I'm glad I picked. Because everyone has their stories about like Austin St. John and how much of a D he was or he could be. Amy Jo Johnson doesn't hit the circuits as much, and we lost Trini back in however many years ago due to a tragic car accident. But this dude was out there keeping the legacy of Power Rangers alive.
Jesus didn't tap.
He did not tap.
When he first went his MMA, oh man, that was.
And CM Punk refused to fight him.
Yeah, well, CM Punk would have lost for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Easily.
Yeah.
Easily lost.
I would say his passing was one of the hardest things I've ever like seen other people go through collectively. because of you realize just how many people, even if you just didn't identify with him as whatever, but you remember when Tommy first showed up. You remember when Rita possessed him. You remember when he dog walked the entire Rangers and threw them out their own house. You know, and then you remember when he was revealed to be the white, like when he lost his Green Ranger powers. You remember when he first got the White Ranger powers. My father took me and my same cousin I told you that had the backpacking event that hosted. He took us to go see the Power Rangers movie.
Good ass movie, man.
That's a good ass movie.
Yes, I remember. Like the theater isn't there anymore, but I remember almost what seat I sat in because I wanted to be in the back hooping and hollering. Like I loved what that movie did. So when he passed, it was devastating because you saw all of these people who, whether they fell out of Power Rangers or did something else, or even if they were like, oh, I didn't watch it, but I remember who he was. Like it hit a string, it hit a chord with everybody, and it was like life was very short.
There's a small handful of people that, like, celebrity-wise, that impacted me in a way that, you know, kind of like Jason David Frank. One being him. No, Michael Jackson was another one. You know, grew up listening to his music as a kid. You know, watching his career just blossom. I don't know, like from the Jackson 5 to his Villa Lago phase. But like his passing hit me. Prince's passing hit me. There's just selective people that like you grew attached to. That losing them just felt like a part of you was gone because they meant so much, but you're just like the small blip to the bigger world that they've created. But yeah, it was very impactful.
Yeah.
On a
Harry
side
Fisher was
note,
another one. Yeah.
On a side note, I don't know if you guys have seen Articulated Ninja's collection room tour, but over there in one of the corners, he has Lord Zed sitting on this throne with these Z putties like knelt down over him, and I saw that because my Lord Zed is in the Detolf over here. I have all my Rangers in a very dynamic fighting pose. They're all fighting putties, but Lord Zed's standing there in the back. And I was just like, fuck, dude, I am doing a disservice to fucking Lord Zed here. I need him in a fucking throne with little putties creepily crawling on him. And I had 2 Z putties. I had them new in box, and I was selling shit, and I had them up, and I was like, damn, I'm about to unlist those. And then that day, they fucking sold. I didn't unlist them fast enough, but first of all, go watch Articulated Ninja's room tour.
Yes.
It's so incredible the world building he does on these displays because it blew my fucking mind. I'm such a tight ass with my fucking displays and shit. And Ninja's over here just like, nah, man, if it's fucking green, man, it can fucking come chill over here. I like the colors, If it's this, it can come fucking hang out over here. And I was like, God damn, Ninja, you are doing some wild ass fucking shit on those shelves. It's amazing, but yeah, that was my Lord Zed comment.
Articulated Ninja, first of all, hell of an amazing person that you'll ever meet. Like one of the kindest. Just, I mean, the amount of the hours we talked at DFW, and of course Erica and Jasmine are 2 of the most beautiful and eloquent ladies you'll ever meet as well. We had such a wonderful time. Ninja's collection is, in my mind, what I would want my collection to look like. Right, the themes, the overall aesthetics of how he puts things and what he likes. Yeah, his Power Rangers collection is incredible, and he has the collection of like Lord Draken's, like even the older Power Rangers, like that set. I was like, man,
you liked
his Wakanda collection is just.
Yeah.
So he's actually that inspired me to do my wall of Wakanda at some point, which I'll demonstrate. Yeah, that Lord Draken figure is crazy. He inspired me to do my wall of Wakanda. So I have a couple. Shout out to Brian Hodges. He is in the 3POA Facebook group. He's a really great guy. He does some customizations. He's making me a Action Force version of T'Challa, which will go in my wall of Wakanda. And eventually, whenever Invincible Toys releases their future combat soldiers, I will have my Prairie Warrior, which will complete my wall of Wakanda. So I'm hoping for that. My lovely Samantha here got me the first issue solo run of Black Panther in the comics when he was fighting M'Baku the Man-Ape. And I actually have that framed, and it's on my wall of Wakanda. So,
Oh yeah,
putting together some different aesthetics as well.
That's incredible. Samantha, what about you? What's your collection looking like over there?
So most of my collection involves Sailor Moon.
yeah.
Hey,
So-
Sailor
me and my
Moon's
wife
fire, dude.
Me and my wife just started rewatching Sailor Moon. Like, it's amazing.
That is my jam. Okay, so I mean, of course, Sailor Moon, because she's top tier. But Sailor Venus is my second favorite, so I have a lot of her. So I've got several figures and other memorabilia that I have actually. When we going from our kitchen down into our basement, we have a bunch of shelves, and I think it was supposed to be the pantry, but we don't use it for that. We've got collection stuff there.
Yep.
So
That's what you should have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a whole room upstairs, and then there's a whole section there that we've been building out. So you've got some of your masks there. We're going to have all of our autograph stuff there. So
Yeah. And
I have pocket dragons. I don't know if anybody knows what those are, but Rael Musgrave was a sculpturist, and he created these little, they're about 3 inches high, little dragon sculptures. And so I have about 36 of the 250 something that he created. So I've been working on those.
That's a good chunk of them. Are you going to get them all, or do you have to go like fight a bitch for something?
I told her she should get them all.
I was about to say that you want her to fight a bitch.
I'm just saying, if there's only like 200, like.
Well, there's 250 different, a variety.
Okay.
Of,
So it's not like there's only 200 made.
no,
You have to go fucking put on bonfire and go jack some bitches.
yeah,
Like, I need that pocket dragon.
yeah.
I'll say we actually shout out to another gentleman, Mark II Design.
Yes.
He actually our logo for that you guys put, he customized our head sculpts at DFW. I don't know if he's going to watch this, but I hope he's going to be at Jolanta, because I would like to get a head sculpt with me in braids.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the complete set.
And I need a new head sculpt with a ponytail so that I can do another version also.
I heard this guy named Mr. Wonderful was looking to get some of that stuff, and he's just slacking over here. Now, how am I supposed to get action figures with my head on it, Mr. Wonderful, if you're over there not doing the things?
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful, do the fucking things, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were rooting for Mark II to be at PowerCon last year, and unfortunately he wasn't, because we're toy sellers who don't have our own action figures, and nobody looks like two grumpy 41-year-old men, Like there's no, like Dan Larson got fucking lucky, dude. He got a fucking Mr. Fantastic that was just close enough. I'm just like, fuck off, Dan Larson. What the hell? that thing's perfect. It's perfect. He's got
Travis,
instant
bring
action
bring your 3D scanner to PowerCon next year, and then you can do a side biz and make 3D head sculpts.
Well, I see that he says come to New York, and I think we have a ballroom competition in Manhattan. So I'm saying, can we make this work?
I think we can. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you could be his guinea pigs.
Gladly, yeah.
Because I don't know if he's technically tested this technology out yet.
I'm all about customizing. Like I am that guy. Like every video game, I'm making me in the game. Like, you can play this. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, sure.
I'm
Sure,
in
my
the
guy's
game.
my guy's 6'6", jacked, and I'm 5'10", not jacked. Yeah, that's fine. That'd be great.
Which is you talk about challenging.
Now, wait a minute. That just means it's you from a different multiverse, right?
Exactly. That's the point I've been trying to tell people for years. They just don't believe me. I'm like, look, Okay, the multiverse exists. In that world, I'm like the Tony Stark of like hella dope toys. Okay,
Tony Stark of women, everybody loves me.
everyone, yeah, exactly. I go out, it showers like money on me when I walk out the door.
You have the Okada entrance. Money just drops from.
Oh yes, money, money, money. Yeah, no, that's the $1 Million Man. Anyway,
I was like, I didn't know that was Okada's song.
It's a remix,
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on. Yes, 3D scans. Travis will make it work.
Yeah, Travis, make it work. Well, I think we've neglected the chat a little bit for a while, so let's see what's going on over in there. I know we've talked to some of them.
Yeah, that grew a bit.
Yeah, it got a little Viagra on us.
Making monsters grow since 1993.
We made them monsters grow, baby.
All right, we got oh my God, Robert's.
What the fuck,
Anyway.
Robert?
I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, Robert was had something about San Diego Comic-Con, but I lost the message now, so I can't display it. So if you can find it again, put it.
About the Wolverine, like he's very excited about Wolverine and Punisher.
Yeah. That's what it was. The Titan over here is changing the name to Moss Manny transformation enough to avoid copyright complications.
Quentin, you still in the chat? You let us know about that one. Moss Manny.
Right.
Manny.
It's just enough of a change, and maybe like he has dreads. Maybe we'll still
Mustafari?
Mr. Mustafari again.
Look, Ed sent me that wig for the Dr. Quinn bit, so we can slap this rainbow wig on him.
Ed says he was in the clubhouse for basically 22 of the 24 hours. So the 2 hours that I was there, he wasn't there.
He was like,
They're
fuck
watching.
this. Fuck this. That's wild, man. Props to Oz for doing a legit 24-hour stream. I think it went to 24 hours and 9 seconds or some shit like that.
Wow.
Crazy.
Speaking of Quentin, he says hello to 4 of the most wonderful people in the world.
Quentin is a treasure.
And he loves the mug that he ordered, by the way.
Yeah. He is a treasure in the community, in the toy space. And I can honestly say he has enlightened me into the level of creativity that people should tap into for themselves. Like Quentin has this innate ability to go, I can see what you're thinking. Let me put it up. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm probably going to make my own scrapbook of all of his Action Force photos because there's such great artwork on those boxes. But what he does is just truly, truly amazing.
Yeah. Quentin is a treasure. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning to him with a voice message that says,
Ted, did you have too many Budweisers?
I was going to say, clearly the best voice messages ever.
Super jelly. I don't get one.
You don't? Well, you don't check your fucking Facebook Messenger and everyone gets mad at you.
You're right, I don't.
You are
well, I don't.
out.
I'm not dude, between the hella dope Instagram, the hella dope Facebook, all the other hella dope stuff that's on there. Dude, I don't even. I forgot that I even have my own like pages every once in a while.
Okay.
I get a random notification that says, "Hey, someone liked the photo from 5 years ago." I'm like, oh, that's great. Thanks, guy.
Yeah, I know the feeling, friend. I know the feeling.
So we're down to half of a still reserve. He's gone to go get another one.
Oh my goodness.
Don't worry, Ted's still on 3/4 of the first one.
I got 25% left. I'm right on par for the show.
Yeah, our tequila will probably be on nightcap. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. Matthew says I was too old for Power Rangers, but I remember the Green Ranger Tommy. That's the only one I knew, and that's the only one that mattered.
Well, I did not want to be the Pink Ranger because I wanted to be Trini because she was badass.
Hey, Trini could kick ass.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, she was underestimated of how good she actually was. And then speaking of, did you watch Once a Ranger? The one
Yes.
that David Yost did?
that was
fantastic. Like, if Ted, I know you didn't watch it, so you
No, I did watch it. I'm laughing at Suka's comment.
I know. It's awesome. Suka, I think that's your next cosplay.
Also, Suka, one of the most incredible people you'll ever meet. Like, we had so much fun at DFW. That's my right-hand man.
We had some incredible conversations with Suka.
Hell yeah.
And for the record, Aaron, I did watch the Power Rangers movie. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate the level of honesty and sincerity that they tried to really hone in. I know everyone's asking, why wasn't Amy Jo Johnson in there? And she said, hey, just didn't work out. And as much as I would have loved for them to have everybody, I get it. Stuff happens, conflicts happen, negotiations don't work. But I really liked Once and Forever.
Here's my thing about the word negotiation and Amy Jo Johnson and that particular project. Like, they reached out to you for the live action movie that they did for the reboot Power Rangers movie. You had no problem with that. You probably got paid handsomely for the 2 minutes that you were on screen. This was like one of those once in a lifetime projects that you just say, screw the money. I'm doing it because my fans need me in this show for 45 minutes that this whole thing was. Like, put the ego aside for a moment and do this because that was the right thing to do. I mean, hell, fucking Austin St. John put his crap to the side to do Forever Red, and then that the other cameo that he just recently did.
Dino Fury, or no? That was
Fury. Was it
Dino Thunder? No, it was something. They have 17 dinos. It was the one before Dino Fury.
Yeah. So sometimes you just need to put your ego to a side and do this for your fan base, because that is what you need to do. And David Yost asked her to do it. Do it because he needed you to do it.
Yeah, and for me to see David Yost and Walter Emmanuel Jones, I'm like, that's the two. So I was expecting Amy Jo Johnson to do it, because well, why would you not do why would you not want to be, like you said, why would you not want to be a part of it? Because this pays homage to so many different things for so many different reasons. Exactly. And how they implemented the story with Trini, I was like, this is awesome. This is something that, not every series you get growing up has a, 30-year anniversary special that ties in things that happen kind of in real life.
It ties in everything.
Yeah. So for me, I watched it, and I mean, I looked at it, I was like, I don't know why they wouldn't do it. Like, it flowed so well, and to see that they didn't do it, I was like, all right, whatever. But I'm glad that the people that got to do it. Adam Yost got to do it.
Yeah.
Aisha got to do it as well. Kat got to do it. I was like, this is great. Being able to tap into all those Rangers during that time frame was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We got our man Largo's Lair. Will the Hello Dope action figures have flocked beards and kung fu? Of course they will.
Jim Largo and Largo's Lair is one of the best channels ever. His playlist, I mean,
now you did say you needed to come with a playlist. Now, what you should do, you should get on Infinite Playlist, so then we can really showcase this playlist. And Largo, Ted and I have been discussing. We are working on our bangers playlist, like
bangers.
Ooh. So
nothing but bangers.
We will send you over those bangers, and we will schedule a show date, sir.
And Jim Largo, your patch will be sent to you
via Wilhelm.
And then the Titan says, but how many toy sellers are stars in a comic book? I mean, are we stars?
We are stars. I'm the hero of the book.
Ted, I'm pretty
literally.
Sure you died.
Literally.
I'm pretty sure you were set to die.
And I go and save the day. I carry Laser Pants and Jeremy and Ninja and Chad over my shoulders, and I run so fast. It's in the whole issue 2, guys. Just go check it out and read issue 2.
I don't recall that happening. I'm pretty sure you almost died. But somehow, you pulled through.
The hero of the story.
Ted.
Hero of the story. Me.
Yes.
Ted
The
DarkClaw.
hero of something.
What 1/4 of the Steel Reserves, baby. Sorry, now that Quentin's in here, we really gotta rub that in. 1/4 of the Steel Reserves.
James Lucas, hey Ted, Aaron, Pache, Samantha.
Hey, James.
How's it going, man? All right. That's it.
Sorry. Suka's funny today. Suka's making me laugh. I don't know. It must be the Steel Reserve. I don't know.
I mean, Steel Reserves saves lives, man. That's what happens. A couple of these bad boys, and you feel like Superman.
Well, Vishay, you had mentioned in the green room that you had some questions for us. I don't know if you still do, or if we obviously answered them all with our great communication skills, but I didn't want to leave that hanging. So is there something you got for us?
Yes. Well, you actually answered several of them already, but my biggest one is what is your goal for the remainder of the year? With the release of the Helidope mugs and the Stein, where you want to do maybe to get people for like a Christmas package where they buy like 3 figures and get a mug, or what's some of your goals that you like to do this year to close it out?
Well, okay, so I do have a mug spoiler. A mug spoiler here, and oh boy, I'm gonna get in trouble for this one too, actually. So on August 25th, we're actually gonna have Mython the Python on, and his wife had made him, after he got home from DFW, his wife had made him his own custom Helidope mug, because obviously we hadn't been doing the job. So he's got this really sleek mug. He sent us a picture, and I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Share that shit everywhere. And then we heard him on Legend Series. I don't know if you guys caught that episode. Where he,
and Mython and Bethany, real quick, love them. That's our family right there. They're 2 of the most sincere, authentic people you will ever meet. Mython's awesome.
So we're going to have Mython on, and we are going to release a limited edition, because by that time the beer stein will be just about done. We're going to release a limited edition Mython the Python mug that matches the one that his wife made him with his name on it. And then we are going to take all the money that we make from the mug, and we're going to donate it to his group, the 501st.
Oh,
wow. Kind of cosplay and charity for hospitals. So that's going to be on August 25th.
Yep, we're going to take 2.
But man, I need to consult you guys for marketing, because fucking buy 3 mugs and get something. That's a good fucking idea. But
that's what I do.
Yeah, this is
marketing.
That's what she does for a living.
So
we need to have more conversations. We need to expand our network, Aaron.
Yes.
We'll
set up a weekly StreamYard call. Okay. We'll add you to the meeting list.
So I think what Aaron and I are just forever trying to chase is find a way for this to pay our bills. And sometimes we get a little short-sighted on that, I think, because we're just so focused on what's coming in right now. Why isn't a person on the site? Why are there 10 people on the site that aren't converting? Just crazy things like that. And we don't really see the bigger picture until the end of the month when we look at all the numbers and we're like, oh yeah, I guess that was pretty good after all. But there are mugs coming. There is something else if you tune in next week, August 4th, but I don't know what that's about. There's t-shirt ideas. And other than that, just staying the course and doing what we're doing. We've grown the network so much, and we've grown the collections better. Like, we just got Delta 17 on. We have,
Which, by the way, I will be buying some Delta 17 figures for you guys.
we appreciate that.
I just bought Shepherd and Preacher. Again, I collect any and all scales. It's just I was particularly on collecting 1/12 scale for a while. Like I said, I still have my Phantom Menace Mace Windu, right? I have 1/18 scale figures. I just don't do a whole lot because I'm balling on a budget. You know what I'm saying? Like
aren't we all?
Yeah.
Let us get back from taking his parents on this cruise, and then we'll know what our budget is for the rest of the year.
Because, but there's several Delta 17, Delta Squad guys that I would like to get, which was gonna go into my next question. What as a toy collector, what would you envision people doing on the site more? Whether they've bought one item or multiple items. Would you prefer people buying more in bulk, or do you see some pre-orders? You're like, hey, I would like people to pre-order X amount of things if you're a collector, or hey, if you like this figure, just go ahead and buy a couple of them here. You know what I mean? Like, as a small business, where would you like to tap into the most?
Aaron and I are going to have two totally different answers to that question.
I'm
going to let Aaron go first. I'm going to let Aaron go first.
Honestly, I would love everyone to at least buy something. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a clearance item for $9 or $100, SH figure arts. At the end of the day, whether if you buy something or you don't buy something, the thing that I think I want the most is the shared love of Hella Dope Toys. Right now there's 24 people watching this show right now. We're talking about toys, but we're not talking about toys. But hitting a share button on a post that we made about a pre-order goes a long way. Like I said, the Judge Dredd. Not too many people have that figure ready to go. We do. Let people know, like, hey man, like you heard someone say, hey, I've been looking for that Judge Dredd. I couldn't go to San Diego Comic-Con. Guess what? I know a place that has it right now.
Yeah.
The word of mouth for me right now is much more gold than any one individual buying one figure. Do I want all of you to buy something? Yes, I do. But the more people that know who we are and what we're doing takes, me out of my full-time job and committing 100% 24/7 to Hella Dope Toys. And that's getting us to DFW or Joe Fest or Joe Lanta or San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con or any other of these shows that people ask all the time, hey, are you going to be here? It's right now it's a pipe dream. For us, PowerCon is 15 minutes down the road. I will be there every year that it's running. No questions asked. But, I want to get this name that apparently, and I've mentioned it earlier, that is being spread around across the entire United States. And hell, I've even heard people saying internationally they know who Hella Dope Toys is. Where you at? If you believe in what we're doing and you honestly want to see us succeed, you have to help us succeed. We can only do so much on our own. We know we're not Big Bad Toys, so we can't carry all the statues and the props. One day that'll happen. But, we carry all the main stuff. We carry all your independent lines. Let's all do this together. Our win is your win. And let's do it together. Ted?
Well, you went on something very deep there. And
I caught myself there. I was going to keep going.
Yeah. Well, it's going to make my answer sound fucking ridiculous.
It always does.
So, I don't mind if people buy in bulk, unless it's so much that I cannot find a box to put it in, and then it gives me stress and anxiety. It's the biggest pain in the ass in the world.
Yeah, that's first world problems, man.
Yeah, I have emergency super large boxes, and I'm just like, I hope Aaron don't catch the shipping price on this one.
Oh no, I see all the numbers.
See all the numbers. And then as far as pre-orders go, I have a love-hate with pre-orders. So I absolutely hate when my phone goes cha-ching and I find out it's pre-order, because I would rather pack and ship something and eliminate current inventory that's on hand. And I understand that's not how the world works, but also I don't like holding on to people's fucking money either. Like, somebody places a pre-order, yes, that helps us pay for the case that we're gonna buy and ship to you, but like it doesn't happen a lot, but we've been in situations where shit gets canceled. You know, it's happened a few times, and most notably it happened with that fucking stupid TMNT set. And God. I don't like holding people's money. I'd rather you pay me, I provide a service, I ship the order out. Now, where I love pre-orders is the phone goes cha-ching, and I don't have to get off my ass and do anything. And I'm like, yeah, just another pre-order, baby. I'm just going to keep sitting here drinking my beer. But
I mean, pre-orders are nice, because like I said,
they're nice.
It lets us know, like I said, the big question that we were talking about earlier with the cable and all that, it lets me know, hey, this item, you need to definitely order more than normal. Like Jado, that's probably the biggest single order that we've ever done with Chung-Li. Chung-Li was the first figure that we ordered multiple cases of, like 11 to be exact. And we're like, that thing sold like instantly. So we're like, oh, Ken's coming. That's a easy 11. We know that how to do this. Ken's still hanging out with us. So Ken was
not a lot. Not a lot. I've almost misplaced them. That's how few there are.
But I mean, it's a game, because you say like M. Bison. Everyone knows how much M. Bison is a big figure for Street Fighter. We kind of shade it down on M. Bison. Dao Sim was the same. I think I ordered the same amount of each one just to have balance. But when DJ comes, I know that's going to be a big figure. I know when Vega drops, that's going to be big. But I've been wrong before. Disney Plus. It's just pre-orders have its pluses and its minuses, and it is a game that you play every single day.
Well, I think it's time for another rousing segment of Ted DarkClaw shills his shit. We're back again with the hella dope mugs. We have the black classic hella dope mug, and I know you're gonna say, Ted, that's not the mug I want. Well, that's the mug that's there now, okay? We're calling it classic. Get over it. And then, for all you people who want something a little more special, we have the What You Sippin' On Beer Stein, which is limited edition, gone August 31st. We got to make room for this Mython the Python mug coming in. And if you don't know about that, then you need to scoot back a little bit and listen to the replay. But these are available right now on helladopetoys.com. Buy a mug. These do not ship in one business day. They do get processed in one business day, but it takes about a week for it to get to you. So, be one of the cool kids and buy a mug. And with that, I'm out of steel reserve. So, Vishay and Samantha, do you have anything that either of you would like to promote?
Would you like to promote anything? I want to promote pretty much everybody. 3POA, Hella Dope, It's Chad, Analog Toys, Retro Blasting, so Suka's channel, Junkion Crafts and Builds, Axion Figs, Yesterland Toys, Largo's Lair, Wilhelm. I mean, there's so many people. I honestly just want to promote everyone who is doing great things and enjoying what they do. I mean, we're collecting plastic, but it's not just the plastic, it's the community and the fun that we have, right? The Fellowship of Dollies, Jay Bartlett's channel. There's just so many people to promote, but honestly, it's just the friendship and fun and having a good time and laughing, sharing jokes and sharing, our multitude of collections and hobbies that we really, really like, and just being able to chat with one another. To me, that is one of the reasons why I decided to get into, I guess, the collecting space and the YouTube stuff. Because I followed a couple people, but I never really got into the chat and did stuff live stream because I'm like, well, not that I don't know anybody, but I didn't know exactly how everything ran. And so I'm like, well, at the end of the day, we're all people. So we should, if we have disagreements, we should be able to talk it out. So being able to go to these conventions has been fun because I get to meet so many people and see who they are in real life. And I'm like, yeah, that person is who I thought they were. They're a really good human being. I've yet to meet someone who's a hater and they say something otherwise. Everyone's been very nice and they really are good people. So
There are only haters in the dark alleys,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's where we drink our beers at.
That's why we bring the beers.
That's right.
Can't hate on a guy who's got beer.
That's true.
We'll give you
If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am Black Fig Collector. That's BLV. It's kind of like an A. Fig Collector. Or you can follow me as VashCon Pro. That is my professional ballroom page. I'll be posting videos of myself dancing and doing some competitions as well.
Which we will have a showcase where we're going to dance on August 24th. So that'll be put up on YouTube if anybody's interested in watching the dancing.
Yes, if you go on to Johnson City Ballroom on YouTube, we actually have a showcase on that as well. It's from our previous show where I'm dancing on that. If you want to get some likes up and support the arts, if you will, that'd be much appreciated. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys again for letting us be on your platform. It's been truly wonderful. Hopefully we get to do it again and have some more fun. And yeah, Steel Reserves all the way.
See, that's what we're a squad now. We are literally a squad.
Yeah.
We are the Steel Reserves, damn it.
That's it.
See,
You hear that, Quentin? We're the Steel Reserves, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, by the way, look out for the 3POA hooligans.
Oh,
That will
yes.
be a chat that Ryan will be putting up at some point as well. Various guests.
Yeah, I think I ruined that show for everybody, so I apologize.
No, that was actually
a bomb.
Yeah, we were actually laughing and enjoying that show. I was like, that's really fun.
Yes. Bomb as in explosion, not so much like, oh my God, bomb.
diarrhea. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm just saying, I think we can still reserve shirts. Just saying.
Yeah.
We're working on it. That was actually one of the ideas that I had.
Oh, that's a good idea, Aaron. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Let's do it. Put up on the side.
By the way, random diorama. Yeah, we may have a live. Yeah. Well, I don't get a hangover, so I don't know how long that'll be. But we can do one for Ted.
A live AA stream. No, we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do
You mean a live attitude adjustment stream? Yes, I can do that.
Yes, we could do that.
Yes. The other one I can't help you on.
Aaron, I know there's a couple things in the chat that you need to pull up, and then what would you like to promote?
Well, I'm gonna do the chat part first, and then I'll do the promotion piece.
Yeah.
Largo says, Vishay, Samantha are totally welcome on the Infinite playlist.
Love it.
So
Love it.
get those 10 songs ready because I will definitely be interested into that episode to see what you guys come up
We're
with.
not allowed to use the entire Jungle album.
Can't use that one.
Hey,
Not
Largo has no rules. You can do whatever you want.
I'm making a rule.
My playlist is
that
99%
track-
Daft Punk,
Hey, I love that.
and then classical music, and then mostly hip hop music. So yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to the episode when you guys go on. I will be tuning in, so you have my
Hold on.
support there.
Largo made me laugh. He's ballroom dancing is neat.
It is. It is.
Mr. Quentin Cube Tube says, if you haven't gotten a Hell Dope mug, what are you doing with your life? Mine
That's what
just
I'm
came
saying.
in, and it's awesome. So go ahead and get those mugs in, and we got some other ideas that'll be hitting the stream there or the site soon. Speaking of, we will definitely do the Steel Reserve shirts because I love that idea. The idea that I had earlier that I was talking about, I want to do a shirt that has the United States map and maybe or like the United States and maybe we could add some other places. But like it'll have a logo of all of our cool friends and where they're from. So like,
Oh, that would be.
Yes.
you have the
Hello
Hella
Dope.
Dope in Ohio. You have 3POA. You know, it's Chad over there in New Mexico. You know, just little icons of all of our friends and where to watch them and all that fun jazz.
And that's an interesting and thoughtful idea that I wish you wouldn't have announced live on our stream, so motherfuckers can go steal it. But it's still a very good idea.
It's copyrighted. It's
Still a
by
very
YouTube
good
right
idea.
now,
I
so
actually like that idea. I didn't know where you were going with that. I was like,
If you
this
steal
sounds
it, I will
stupid.
copyright strike all of you. Just so you know, it is copyrighted and protected by YouTube.
I thought it was going to be dumb, and it wasn't. Carry on.
No, your ideas are dumb.
I know. I make Mossman videos. Of course
That's the
I
only good
know
thing you've
this.
done, yet you haven't done one yet.
I'm in the
Joe
middle of
Bits.
one.
Joe Bits with a generous $1.99 super chat. He says, how about a Joe Bits mug?
Is
Okay.
it bits and pieces of various mugs put together? Because that would be amazing.
That would be.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'm not smashing a bunch of mugs and gluing them back together.
A
That
cup
sounds
of
like a
Joe
lot of
Bits.
work.
Ooh, yeah, cup of Joe.
I got you.
Bits.
I got you,
Cup of-
Joe Bits. I got you.
A cup of Joe.
Well, Joe Bits, you just made the list.
A cup of haters. Got a cup of haters. And then the last one I got right here is from our good friend Matthew Matson's. My 4 fingers of whiskey are about done. Just saw House of the Dragon. It's awesome. I'll be watching that tomorrow. Thanks for the shout outs. Tuesday we'll be talking about House of the Dragon and San Diego Comic-Con comics and Cobra Kai. So I will watch House of the Dragon tomorrow, and I will be tuning in on Tuesday to hear your take on House of the Dragon. So
And he's
Matthew
going to
Matson's
tell
a
you
great
you're
guy.
wrong.
He's an awesome guy. So definitely be tuned in for that.
you got me signed up, sir. As for what am I promoting? I'm promoting 2 things today on the stream. We still have all in-stock Cosmic Legions 20% off at HelloDopeToys.com. So if you are trying to get into your Cosmic Legions, this is the time to get it. It runs through the end of August. So you still got about a month to load up on all your Cosmics, 20% off. And I mentioned it on the last stream. I officially posted like my first video. We're working on some other things right now. Check out the 1-2 Kickout podcast, where me and other estranged guests, hopefully Bashay will join us, to talk all things wrestling, from WWE, AEW, New Japan. It doesn't matter. It's wrestling. We love talking about it. So all of our wrestling talk will be there, along with any cool figures that are out and about. So if you are not subscribed,
You see it? Can you see it? 1-2 Kick Out podcast.
1-2 Kickout podcast. Yeah.
Subscribe. That's all it is right there. Just
That's what I like to see. So join us there. I believe me and Mr. Wonderful will be posting a second video with our SummerSlam predictions, which SummerSlam is this weekend. So I will be watching, but check out that video of our predictions. If you like wrestling and want to chime in with your thoughts, that'll be the place to go. So that's all I got. Ted, what about you?
Oh, boy.
Anyways,
Well.
so thank you, Bashay. I'm kidding.
It is time once again for Ted DarkClaw to show his shit. Oh, and thank you, Mr. Wonderful. Shit. Yeah.
I feel like I should
Prince
have
Nana dancing.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
like-
there we go. I could do that.
I've got my Prince Nana dance team.
So, as always, make sure you go to HelloDopeToys.com, like this thing, subscribe to it. I don't know, leave a fucking comment. Who the fuck knows anymore? Next week, we have a very, very special announcement. HelloDope Toys has its very first exclusive. We have an exclusive item that you cannot find anywhere else in the world. The only place you can get it is right here. And next week, we are going to... Oh, Aaron, are you okay? That really fucking freaked me out.
I was
dude.
excited. I exploded all over the place.
I thought you died. I thought you died.
I might have.
Anyway, you can only get it from HelloDopeToys.com, and you can only find out about it right here. So next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, this is the place that you want to be. After that, dude, we're celebrating 2 fucking years. 2 fucking years. I think that's August 11th, maybe. I don't know. There's a slide at the end. It'll show you everything.
August 8th is the official date.
I don't fucking know. And after that, we're inviting on Sci-Fi Diorama guys. So we talked a few weeks ago about maybe a need for some better dioramas that you could get more easily, as opposed to waiting for somebody like Duarte or Radnom to spend like 9 months making you this beautiful thing. They're just mass produced now. So we're going to talk to that guy. And then on August 25th, not only do we have a toy show, so if you are in the Columbus area, come check us out at the Columbus Toy and Game Show, August 25th. We'll be there all day. But that night, we're launching the exclusive Mython the Python mug. So be there. Holy crap, that's a lot.
And for those who didn't catch it, do you want to quickly explain what's happening with that?
Oh, the Mython mug? Yeah. So Mython is a member of the 501st. I don't know if that's 501st Legion or what. I need to look into that.
Yes,
anyway, it is 501st Legion.
Yes.
So it is essentially a cosplay group that visits hospitals as well as donates to Make-A-Wish charities for children in the hospital. Mython the Python has his own personal hella dope mug that his lovely wife made him. We're stealing that design, baby. We're slapping it on our own mug. We're putting it in our fucking store. We're going to slap Mython's name on it. We're going to sell it to fucking you. But then we're going to give all that money and donate it to Mython's charity, the 501st Legion. And that mug will run from August 25th until September 30th. Oh, boy. That's going to be an exciting day. Yeah.
Shout out to Duarte, Articulated Ninja, Not Top Goon. Anyone else I'm forgetting?
Everyone.
There's several people, but all of those people as well who have helped. Helped welcome everyone, helped welcome us into the community. But just been awesome people in the chat that we've hung out to. Hal Jordan. There's so many awesome people. If I haven't said your name, it's because my memory is not that massive for names. Sorry.
Reserves, man, they get you.
They'll get you every time. But love you all. Thank you again for welcoming us on your platform. Super fun. First of many shows. There's still reserve. We keep it going. Yeah. No hangovers over here.
No hangovers, baby.
No hangovers, club. Steel reserves don't get hangovers. Vache, Samantha, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Everybody else, we will catch you all next week. Go to helladopetoys.com if you miss us.